VR games have come a long way. We are truly on the brink of a VR revolution. Games like Half-Life Alyx, Blade and Sorcery, and Boneworks have introduced the framework for the future of video games. All of the titles I mentioned bring something different to the table. Half-Life offers a trip through one of gaming's most legendary cities. Blade and Sorcery allows you to fulfill your heart's desire for power. Boneworks allows you to play with reality without any of the real consequences. And then comes Hard Bullet, to knock my expectations down a peg. I would like to start out by saying that this game clearly states it is in early access. At no point was that unclear to me. However, I did find myself just a little bit let down by this game. In my mind, I keep making a comparison to Blade and Sorcery, probably my favorite VR title out currently. Both mainly offer a sandbox to play around with. However, Blade and Sorcery has a great base to build off of, especially with the newest updates. The physics in Hard Bullet just don't seem to live up to the same expectations. Throwing weapons flat does not work. Enemies don't react to melee weapons in a very satisfying manner. And for Pete's sake, you just cannot control your jump.
Okay, why do I jump backwards?
Which brings me to my biggest pet peeve, and that is the way the player moves. It's hard to describe without experiencing it, but if you have ever done a tab of acid, spun around in a chair 15 times, and then proceeded to walk through a Walmart tire center, then you can understand what it feels like to move in this game.
Okay.
And to make the case for Hard Bullet even worse, Blade and Sorcery is the same price.
Nowhere to go.
$20 either gets you a near AAA title or a near functioning work in progress. I never like ending on a bad note, so here's my full list of good things to say about Hard Bullet, in order of importance. Number 1, shotguns. A good VR shotgun elicits everything cool about a shotgun, namely the click-click-boom experience. And this game does offer a pretty big click-click and boom. Number 2, the welder. As a part of the sandbox mode for this game, you can take items and weld them together to create something unique and usually diabolical, which is fun.
This doesn't work.
VR lets us indulge in our worst desires, namely torturing poor NPCs. Still, you probably wouldn't want your neighbor to see you gleefully torturing these poor NPCs in some demented new way. Which brings us to number 3. It's a work in progress. Everything that I've played around with, I know the developer is aware of. The potential is there, and I'm hopeful to see something good come out of this game. But to be perfectly frank, I do not see this game rising to the level of something like Blade and Sorcery, Gun Edition. Not because that isn't possible, I just think other developers are closer to that reality already. Titles such as H3VR, Pavlov, and Boneworks all fill the need for a sandbox shooter with a better working engine than Hard Bullet. We don't need another sandbox. I believe the true hope for Hard Bullet is leaning into their gory engine and becoming a sadistic ride through bullet hell. Give us something to drive towards, a purpose. Personally, I would throw together a half-assed story using bits and pieces of classic action flicks. For example, our protagonist awakes on Christmas Day to find that his wife's dog has been kidnapped by a Russian mob and taken to the top floor of a hotel. He must then ascend the hotel, level by level, and clear out every enemy who dare stands in his way. And then you can make the head of the Russian mob a robot or something. I don't know. As long as it's all an over-the-top, bloody good time, I will come back with a video, and I promise, explaining why Hard Bullet fucks. But right now, unfortunately, it does not.